Hey everybody, and welcome back to Royal Key. Today we're at Mississippi State Baseball. I'm Sydney Staples alongside Coach Lemonis, and not only are we at Mississippi State Baseball, we're in the one, the only Stark Vegas. Tell me about the history of this place and your storied baseball program.
I think when you look around college baseball, a lot of things started here. You know, we brag all the time, it's the biggest place for college baseball. The first ESPN game was here. You know, all the rigs and the tailgating. I think we hold the biggest on-campus record, a bunch of them, biggest regional, biggest super regional. So a lot's been done here with our community, and it's they've built a facility to kind of recognize that.
Awesome. What would you say is your favorite part of this facility?
You know, as a coach, you like the player development side, the PALMEIRO Center, the weight room, the pitching lab, the things that we can train our guys the best with. Obviously, when you walk out that dugout on a Friday night and all the grills are rolling, it's pretty special. So that's a neat part of it too. But as a coach, you can just get a lot of work done here.
Talk to me about this community. What's special here in Starkville?
Well, they love their baseball. That was kind of one of the things. You look at SEC programs and they're all great and they have great baseball programs everywhere, but you know, baseball's just been a thing that started here a long time ago with Coach Polk, and he spoke everywhere, created this buzz, and it stayed here through that community. And people grow up here. They grow up around the ballpark. They'll tell you their stories about their rig. They'll tell you about Easter, and they spend Easter here at the ballpark. It's just a time-honored thing here in Starkville, which is pretty neat to see. Awesome.
How about your partnership with ADIDAS? Can you take me through some of these cleats over here on this wall?
We are, probably one of their biggest baseball schools, and they do a great job with us. They personalize everything for us. So you can see the M over S. We're the only sport on campus that wears the M over S, which is a neat thing. You have it on, and we have it on our hats. It was also started by Coach Polk, so it's a kind of a baseball thing here. But they do a great job with their cleats. We also partner with Louisville Slugger and Wilson, so they personalize everything for the kids.
When you think of Mississippi State baseball, honestly, the sign says it, biggest and the best in terms of the attendance here at Dudy Noble Field. You were here at this game just last season. Talk to me about the atmosphere.
Awesome. We have to include the picture behind it because you get to see how deep it goes. We set this against Ole Miss. We actually had a concert after the game. It was a crazy day. We won on a walk-off. But when you look up at our board, one thing we're proud about is the top 10 on-campus crowds are all here in Starkville, not just the big one. And it's really cool if you look at this. They made this as a rip-away because they keep saying we're going to keep setting it. So they don't have one thing, they can just come in and replace it. But we've had to replace it numerous times since we've been here, and I have a feeling we'll do it again. This is the 2018 College World Series trophy. But we have different things just celebrating the past all over our facility. You won't see as many quotes, even though we do have some quotes. I want these kids to understand they're walking behind some great players.
Coach, what room are we in now?
We've moved into an Omaha room, which is our team meeting room. We started with some blank walls, and as you keep going to Omaha, we keep putting up a new team, but this is our Omaha room. And we do all our team meetings, scouting reports, just anything that we have to put the whole team together. So I don't have to use the locker room. They have their own little space in here, and they use it for their own. They'll do movie night or Super Bowl night, or MLB draft night's a big one here in the room during the summertime, but we can kind of use it for a lot of different things.
Now, when I think of Omaha, I think of Peyton Manning, of course. To you guys, it means something completely different. Tell me about the history of Omaha for Mississippi State baseball.
Omaha is the destination, so you're trying to get there. It's not easy. You need a little bit of luck and a really good team. But for us, our national championship stayed in the same place for a long time. So every team is kind of straining, trying to get there and trying to do everything they can to make it. So, we talk about it in our program. We feel like it's important to talk about. It's our ultimate goal to get to Omaha. So it's something we talk about every day.
Awesome. Now I'm seeing that you guys even have desks for these bad boys right here. I mean, how important is it?
There's teaching and learning going on in here. So they, at times, will do different things, but a lot of times it's visual. We do a lot on the board. We have a lot of stuff that we can show them. But you'll come in here during the middle of the day and nobody's in here and a guy's studying. So it gives them a little quiet time or a quiet place.
Now we're in the training room. Coach, take me through this space.
Our training room's attached to our locker room. So it kind of gives them a great transition to go back and forth and get on the ball field, and everything's kind of connected, which I think is a really good feel for the guys. But we have all our tables, we have hot tubs, cold tubs, full-time training room staff. They have everything in here at their fingertips, and they're able to get all their treatment and everything before practice, after practice, during practice, whatever we need to do.
Coach, there's a lot of history down in this hallway, and specifically right next to me with these bats lining it. Tell me about them.
These are all our big leaguers. So if you make it to the big leagues, you get your own bat on the wall. We call it stay to the show. So what you have is all these guys, they get their names, they're former big leaguers. You can see Buck Showalter, Jeff Brantley, just some of the great names that have been here and playing. We have some of our younger guys that are on this end, and then we have a lot of blank bats, hopefully to encourage the future guys that are playing. And then if you see a gold band on them, it means they won a World Series. So Jay Powell right here, you can see he won a World Series while he played with the Marlins, which was a pretty neat experience. But it's the goal of every kid in this program. They want to move on to the next level and play at the highest level. And so we recognize all these guys. They did a really nice job putting it up here.
To our left though, we've got a hitting cage over here. This is pretty special and unique. How often do players use this?
So we have a hitting cage right behind me. We call it our hitting lab. So we have a lot of video set up, analytics set up. They can hit in there on their own. For us, we have the PALMEIRO Center where we do most of our hitting, which is a really nice spot. This spot right here gives us access during games, gives us access during practice, or just to do a little one-on-one. So I don't have to pick it's a lot easier to pick everything up in one cage. So we have something in-house, and then we have our giant facility behind us that we use, on practice days. It gives us a multi-purpose room.
Okay, here in the Players Lounge with Bryce Chance. How much time do you spend here? What are you doing here?
Here basically all day when I'm not in class until the very end of the day. We just hang out in here. We have a good time. We have a pool table in the back. We play sometimes. If I'm not in here, I'm in the locker room and just hanging out in there, or we're in the training room with Doc.
Who's good at pool and who's not?
Evan Sierra is really good at pool, and I'm not very good at pool. So I'm just in here enjoying watching the games most of the time.
Okay, fair. What do you guys have on the TV normally?
It's usually ESPN if there's a basketball game going on. I know a lot of times right after practice, we get done and we're all in the locker room watching the basketball team. That's usually what's on it. Sometimes it's hunting if AD or Hunter Hines has the remote, but usually it's either ESPN or some kind of sporting event.
Okay, so talk to me about the game day experience here. I want to transition to that. How cool is it to be able to play in seriously one of the biggest stadiums, most attended stadiums in the country?
It's awesome. I remember my first time. I was redshirting my freshman year and trying to talk myself down because I was pretty nervous. Even though I wasn't doing anything, I was just taking infield and outfield before the game. And I kept telling myself, there's not gonna be that many people here. We take infield and outfield about an hour before the game. People are still gonna be coming in. And I walked out of the tunnel for the first time, looked out, and there wasn't an empty seat. And I remember thinking from that point, all right, all you gotta do is catch the ball and throw the ball, and then you're done. It's pretty nerve-wracking, but at the same time, everybody's got your back. It's fun, it's exciting, and it's something I look forward to every year.
Now we're in the team locker room. This is your favorite place to be out of everywhere in this facility. Tell me about it, take me through it.
Yeah, this is my favorite place. Obviously, we got the nice sized lockers for everybody. Like being in here just because usually everybody's in here, especially on game days, we're all hanging out. This is where you really get close with the team, which is something that I enjoy. Especially this year has been really fun just because we have so many new guys, but we also have a lot of returners that know each other really well.
Take me through your locker now. Let's head over there. What you got for me?
Obviously, we have nice sized lockers and we have the overhead area. Coop is our equipment guy. He's always handing out hangers for us so we can try and keep it clean. And then we have the two foot holders here, just for shoes, cleats, and other stuff like that.
What's your favorite, article of clothing you got there in the hanger?
It's definitely the dugout jacket. The dugout jacket with the number on it is pretty sweet. This one doesn't get to leave the field. It's got the M over S, and honestly, it's the warmest article of clothing we have in here. So that's why it's super important.
Take me through your gear. What kind of stuff do you guys got? I'm seeing Evo shields.
Oh yeah, we just got our custom Evo shields in. We could do the straps. Mine say Beans. That's my nickname that I got. My freshman year, we have the customized book bags from ADIDAS. They take care of us really well. Wilson takes care of us every year. They let us go through, customize our glove completely. We get to do whatever we want with our gloves. So this year, I actually let my brother customize mine. My brother's special needs, and he went with the dark brown all the way over, and he went with Autism Speaks Blue for the lettering here, and then purple behind for the background of the Wilson logo. That is for ulcerative colitis. I didn't tell him, but I put his name on here as well. That's cool. He's gonna get to see that whenever I'm playing, and it's just something that I can carry with me just to remind me of him and my whole family.
Here we are now in the pitching lab. Coach, tell me about this space. How often are players in here using it?
They're in here every day, and it looks like a zoo when they're here. They're bouncing balls off of walls, arm care, band work, throwing bullpens, doing dry work. So it's a very popular space with our pitchers. In about an hour from now, we'll have about 20 guys in here getting their work, and they use this space probably more than anything.
How about some of this technology in this room? What do you guys have?
We got a little bit of everything. I think on this mound right here, we have 4 Edgertronic cameras. So these are super slow-mo on all sides of them. They pop up on these TVs on the wall, and we can watch them in their delivery all the way down to where the ball comes off their fingertip. So we build a library for them all the time. So they can be videoed here. On the back end, we have the TrackMan. So we have portable TrackMans on every mound. So all their analytics come up, and they're also watching that on the boards too. So as they're pitching, you can kind of look up and see, hey, how hard I throw, how much spin rate, how much tilt, release, extension, all those different things that we're using now. And then the one behind you, this is a force-placed mound, so it reads everything from the ground up. So we can see what they're doing with their lower half of their body and if they're in sync and all that. I never thought we'd have computers and cameras and everything for baseball, but that's where we're at. And the kids, they gravitate to it. And so it gives us a lot of little keys and cues that we can watch them as they're working.
Now this is a pretty big indoor facility. This is such an incredible space. Coach, tell me a little bit about it.
This is the PALMEIRO Center. We hit in here, we throw in here, we do defense. Rafael Palmeiro, former player, donated it back during his playing days. We have a full infield on this side. On the other side, we have cages that drop down, nets that drop down. We can set up our own indoor circuits. And when hitters get to hit in here, they get to see the ball fly, not just be in a small cage, which they really like. And then same with our pitchers. They can come in here and throw full distance.
Now I'm seeing that there's a weight room behind us as well. That is just for baseball.
A baseball weight room they put in after our national championship. So it used to be a lounge area, but it's baseball. It's state-of-the-art weight room. It's as nice as you can get. It's a really large space, and it gives our guys a chance to lift and not have to worry about everybody else's schedules. They do a great job here at Mississippi State. It's like everybody kind of has their own space, and it gives us our space and time to really get to work.